The MFA program in documentary here at Hofstra attracts a whole broad range of students. I mean, from the very new graduate from an undergraduate media production or journalism background or radio, television, film background who wants to continue developing their skills, but also in a much more focused way. Documentary, for example. So we have those students who are coming in from around the country, but we also have people who have been in the field for years. I mean, if we can say older professionals who've come back for their degree to expand and develop their careers in that regard. And then everything in between. We have a lot of people who have applied and who've come to the MFA program in documentary who have no media background, but perhaps are into photography or who have done anthropology or who are very active in the community and they want to use media for perhaps as a tool for their organizing or their activism, and they use documentary as because historically it's always been in many ways that. So we have a broad range of students that we've attracted, and the idea of the faculty that we have, we basically try to work with them individually to try to craft and try to help them find their voice through documentary based on the kinds of things that they want to pursue in filmmaking. The RTVF faculty and those who are teaching in the MFA program, again, just like the students that we attract, they also are a broad range of faculty, award-winning and very accomplished. We have independent filmmakers who have had their documentary work screened and presented nationally, for example, on the program POV, PBS award-winning documentary series. We have a number of our faculty members who have worked in the television industry for years. Two faculty members in particular combined have a total of somewhere 16 or so Emmy Awards, who have been both in post-production as well as in direction. Two Fulbright scholars who teach in the MFA program. So we have a broad range of accomplished film scholars and producers and documentary filmmakers who teach in the program. The strength of the program is the flexibility that students are able to move around. I mean, certainly we have considerable rigorous standards in terms of moving up along the line, and usually you can get it done, all the coursework done within 2 years. But I think the strength of it is the ability for students to adapt to what their strengths are, what their needs are, what their interests are. All of the students in the MFA program will ultimately have to complete a documentary film, what we call a thesis project, a thesis film, which could range anywhere between 15 and 25 minutes. Festival quality, very, very well developed, produced all along the lines, working with faculty advisors and a committee. And usually once they finish with that, once they finish the documentary thesis project, they have their MFA. We have students from Pakistan, from China, from Latin America, from the Caribbean, from Africa, a Fulbright scholar from Ghana who's been with us and is just about completing her thesis project. So we have a great diversity in the student body, and with that diversity comes a diversity of very interesting content and very interesting stories. So one student who just graduated recently, completed his project, focused on the underground world of low-level professional wrestling. Really interesting story, sort of like The Wrestler. If you saw the film The Wrestler, well, imagine those people in real life, how they live, and what they do and how they survive. Well, this story depicted that. That film has made it to a number of festivals already. Another student who just recently finished his thesis project on mind and memory competitions, mind-memory competitions. A fascinating story, which is, again, something you don't even hear about, but talking to some very incredible people around the country and with wonderful cinematography put this together, and that's another film that is already making the rounds. It's one student who's working on the issues around and affecting transgender people in Pakistan. And the struggles they face. Amazing documentary that we hope to see come to fruition by the end of the spring semester that I'm certain will raise eyebrows. So there's a broad range of students doing a broad range of work, very fast, very interesting and dynamic, and this is one of the things that we welcome.